I do like Gamax draft quite a bit. You know, you have a decent amount of control, decent amount of damage as well. It just feels like Riyadh Masters, once they start hitting on those on the base, it's gonna be harder for them. Like once there's more farm or equal farm on the two teams, no, they immediately start putting wards very deep in the triangle.
Yeah, wanted to try and start off this game perhaps with an early first blood, but not quite going to get that. Riyadh Chefs is making sure that they are hiding behind their tier 1. I'm going to make a point
Every
out
time,
of it.
I feel it's like you do numbers. You're like Riyadh. They take a bit of a gap. They're like Riyadh Chefs, and you're like, all right, did you hear that? It's like I got it. I heard it. Yeah. Thank you.
I've still got that third one to do, mate. Give me time. It'll probably be in the heat of a team fight, and then I'll start calling them the other words, but I'm not going to say it yet. But yeah, even still, no first blood to start off this game. Just going to be an even split 2 for 2 on the bounties by the looks. That Radiant Observer Ward does actually spot the fact that quite a few members of Gamax came from their own triangle area, so maybe Riyadh Chefs might try and assume that there is going to be high ground ward. Yeah, they actually ping it out immediately, so that should be a free D ward. Always good.
Very nice for them. And I don't think they're going to be... Oh, no, he just put an observer. Okay, he's like, hey, put it here. Wow, we... it was just that one. And the fact that the Ancients as blocked is not the biggest problem in the world. It's not amazing, but it's also like, you know, probably Respect wouldn't want to be taking it at 5-6 minutes.
Oh, three heroes up top though. Yeah, Gamax, they're going to try and go for this kill onto what owned me. He's getting slowed. Coolin is down there as well. A couple of ghost connections, multiple blood grenades as well. Plus a banish. There is just no escape here for owned me, and he does in fact get owned. And there it is. First blood going over towards Gamax into the hands of the very famous. That's a pretty nice way to start the game.
Very nice. You know, your worry right now, if you're Gamax, is that this tricore of Spectre, Bristleback, and Ogres is unkillable. Actually, oh my god, Attacker almost loses life. I mean, he will lose his life. Okay.
I mean, I don't think he really cares about that. That is perfect. Solo kill, free XP, free gold, go back to base, come back into it, full HP, full mana. That is a perfect trade for Attacker.
Yeah, he's very happy with it. Yeah, so you don't want this They are such a durable tricore, so you have to make sure you end the laning stage in a pretty decent spot for them. It's a bit scary. I mean, on the other side, you also have fairly durable core, but it's different, you know? Like, Kunkka needs to get the run buff, Necrophos he's relying on regen, which is always a reliable strategy. Morta also have to... It's harder. It's a harder draft to play.
It definitely is. You're mentioning it as well in the draft that there's not really any burst damage from really either squad right now, so it feels like a lot of these team fights are going to be long, drawn-out fights. I think the highest bit of burst damage is when the Moeta becomes massive and just pops the ult and deletes people. And that's probably the fastest people will die this game. Meanwhile, speaking of people dying, the very famous down bot with a couple more connections from these fire spirits will die. Oh, actually, the kill goes to the very famous first, takes him down, and will even deny himself to the neutrals. Big play coming out from the SD.
Really well done with those shadow poison stacks, by the way. Just make sure he was able to get, and like we're saying, like on Riyadh Chefs, they have the team with more well-known names, but again, Max, we haven't seen this team play a single game until now, but they are putting a really good show for us in the first few minutes here. Although Mega Way, he should be okay. All right, he's gonna be fine. He's gonna be fine.
Just a couple of pokes and prods, you know, nothing really to scare him too much. Meanwhile, up top, meet your Bob. Oh, is he about to meet his death? That is the question. Menu's going to keep chasing. Magic Missile from the low ground to get the kill. Will bring them down. Both of these Observer Wards, though, are still there, man. I mean, that's crazy. I would have thought at least the Dawn would have got rid of that as a free D ward as well, but I don't know. Only time will tell. We all in the mids. Ooh. Attacker looking for another solo. Down goes Replicate. Couple more right clicks. There he is. Does Attacker die again, though? That is the question.
Very likely, yes. Yeah, he's gonna die. Yeah. So Replicate, he is getting gold out of these, but no experience, and this is gonna be costing him. I mean, Attacker's almost level 5, and Replicate's he's not even level 4 yet. It's kind of scary to see this. Yeah,
full level advantage at 3.5 minutes in is not nice at all, especially when you also consider the fact that the person you're dying to has infinite scaling. You know, he's already got 2 Flesh Heap stacks on the go here for Attacker. He's having a dream start.
Yeah, but in terms of net worth, actually, Necrophos is #1. It's like by a very tiny margin. You think those 2 deaths would hurt him, but he's like at the top. He is like, oh yeah, that's fine. You know, he's getting the gold after he dies, which is pretty all right. And overall, it's just been a very even game. A couple of kills, one kill going for Gamax, but very even right now. And hey, Necro's got infinite scaling too. It's just not as useful. And also it comes with Reaper sight, but still.
Yeah, it's slower to get, not as useful, and you have to at least wait until you have your ultimate. So yeah, unfortunately not quite as game-changing as it could be. But yeah, I mean, we do also see the fact that Attacker is, you know, tied for bottom CS right now, but it is still pretty much equal when you compare it to Replicate, only one behind in actual CS now. So, you know, maybe he might attempt to go for another solo kill at the moment. You see him stepping forward every couple of seconds to scare the living crap into Replicate, and he's like, oh, there's a hook coming. But it doesn't, yeah. It's fear tactics, mate. That's how you win games.
I wonder if Gamax will consider even rotating someone mid to help him, because you get one kill on this punch can make a big difference. And Kuka's also suffering quite a bit. His friend is nowhere nearby. Shadow Demon finally coming up, but oh man, I think we might be losing our friend Kuka here.
Yeah, he goes down. The very famous came in, didn't really achieve too much. Did he actually hand a mango over to the Kuka? That's what it looked like.
Yeah, he was like standing right next to him. I was like, "Where's the disruption?" or something. He's like, maybe he just didn't want him to go to the next world by himself. He's like, he holds his hand as he's about to die. It's like, sorry, brother.
You know, Dota2 is a team-based game, so you gotta make sure you're there emotionally as well as physically for your teammates in these laning phases. But already, yeah, the Spectre is very, very happy. Got a kill to their name. Plus, they are at top of the CS chart as well, 32 for 8. So yeah. Creedor's having a pretty fantastic time right now, just steaming ahead. And when you compare it to the stats of Forever at this point, there's quite a large difference between the two of them.
It is, and also Radiant are doing a decent. I mean, they're starting to stack. They have a tiny bit of a stack in their triangle, and they also removed they dewarded that one. So it's like they're gonna start getting some stacks going for them, which will be nice for them. It's kind of worrisome for Gamax if the game goes into more of this farming stall phase, because I don't think they have the damage to beat these 3 cores later on with a Phoenix and an eventual Spirit backing them up.
Yeah, does feel like the clock is ticking. And yeah, in a big spot of danger. So many blood grenades always being thrown out, man. Such a useful item. Even getting the courier kill with the item on it to boot. Ooh, that's pretty damn painful for owned me. Menu is trying to come in for some sort of counter kill. Gank coming in from Monster as well will get them down. So that is the carry gone, but Replicate making his own rotation. Reaper's Scythe, he doesn't have the mana for it! He wants it desperately to get the charge, but waiting around will cost the life of Meteor Bob. The monster kill eventually does die, but that was not quite as efficient as it could have been. Very, very unfortunate there for Gamax.
Yep, that's the worst part when you show up with Necrophos and he had mana for one spell. He had to choose which one he went for, the Death Boss, and so it was a tough decision. But he might be in a tough spot as well, as 2 people rotate Attacker as well as on me, but they decide it's not really worth diving that deep. Or at least, sorry, they don't even have vision of him. So, it's a rotation. Replicate is still having the best time in this game out of all the players. He's got Boots of Travel, so he's going to be another factor in countering the Spec global lineup. Speaking of Spec, she's going to be fine.
Yeah, very famous.
Or is she?
Trying to set up for something. Oh, the TP coming in immediately from Attacker. Does he land the hook? It's off the mark. So fortunately enough for the Shadow Demon, he will manage to walk himself away. Not able to achieve anything. Heads up towards top to try and go for a gank. Can't quite get it. TPs to the bot for another one, and again, doesn't find anything at all. So it's quite a lot of wasted time for himself, just running around in circles, which is always very, very painful. We'll at least find this DD here in the mids. Will they also run into Meteor Bob? That's going to be a free kill if they do find it. Instead, they actually headed over to try and find Forever on the Moretta. Can't quite get that one. So maybe they might just try and settle for a tower push. Actually, lots of TPs coming in there from Gamax. They're going to try and go for this kill onto the Pudge. Quite ambitious. X is there on towards Menu. Going to try and set up the kill on towards the Vengeful Spirit. Not dying instantly, but there is going to be decided to get the kill. But the hook lands on towards Megaway. Charge through, both will not collect. The Egg is in a fantastic spot. Will it manage to go off? There's multiple hits coming through. It can't quite get there. And instead, Attacker has to try and run himself away. So much chase. Good dead shot there from Forever to get the kill. And it ends up being 3 people dead there for Riyadh Chefs.
Gamax played that beautifully, man. I mean, firstly, they're trying to get the X mark, but it's only level 1 on the Pudge. And they're like, okay, we can't get it. They get it on the Venge as well. Very easy kill for them. Immediately burst down. Pudge, attacker, he hooks the Kunkka. Kunkka is very durable. Throws out the boat drum as well. Was it 50% damage reduction? 45, sorry, which is insane. And then they're like, yeah, you can't kill the Kunkka. And everyone they went straight for the egg. You said it was a good position. I agree as well, but only if they have people lock them down, which we said, Riyadh chefs, they don't have that lockdown. They don't have a Faceless Void, a Mars, any way to keep people near the egg and unable to hit it. So,
yeah,
really, very impressive.
Yeah, definitely. It's just very clean. Good way to take a fight in the mid-tier 1. It looked kind of awkward to start. Like, everyone from Riyadh Chefs was sort of running away from the TPs, but fortunately enough, like you said, they did get that one catch, which just spiraled into multiple kills. Kredos as well has his Shadow Step on cooldown. Did he jump in at one point in that fight, or was the Shadow Step used for something else?
I think it was used for something else. The fight just ended and it's like 20 seconds left, so it must have on the cooldown. So it must have been used like 40 seconds ago. No, that's too early. And Riyadh Chefs, they are itemizing in a way that I really like. They're going for multiple blade mails on attacker, as well as on. Oh, what a nice thing to do! He's seeing that his the enemy Spectre is actually diving him, or he's like,
yeah,
is he bold, or is he just not even there?
Yeah, I was literally looking at that,
damn.
and then he starts running in. Yeah, he's AFK. Report. Yeah, I mean that is really great sportsmanship there from Megaway. You know, in your pubs, that would just be people going, "Hey, look, free kill onto the carry, nom nom nom." But no, this is professional play, ladies and gentlemen. They are respecting each other quite nicely. Now the question is, right? If Kredos comes back and they unpause, does Megaway then say, okay, he's back, I can X-mark and torrent him now? Or does he just let him walk away from the tower?
Yeah, right? It's like, because like you say, he's right next to the tower. He's literally, like, you can't miss that X-mark. There's nothing else you can X-mark right there. We'll see. Megaway, is he an honorable man? Oh, yeah, no, he's like, all right, come on, I can only give you so much.
Oh, they cancelled the TP though! Oh, he got cancelled there from the Necrophos. They are still going to get the grab with the disruption, but Kredos is going to be able to walk himself away from that one. How did... Yeah, replicate his TP's on cooldown. I think he got stunned by neutral.
Yep. It's that jackass Ogre Bruiser, man. Like, I hate that. It's like, for no reason, he decides to do... Or I think he was TPing to a creep and it died. I didn't quite catch. I just saw it cancel. I was like, oh, wait. Okay, that's weird. And there's a bit of stacking going for the Dire side as well. We're going to see a triple stack now by Megaway. Nope, messes up the timing. That's why he's a core player. They can't stack, man. They can't stack at all.
It's not the reason why they play this game, to stack creeps. They only care about actually killing them.
Check out the Radiant Triangle. They've got some big juicy ones over there.
Yeah, it looks like it was a quad stack on the Ancients, plus quad on the small camp as well. And they've got multiple heroes that can farm this. Either the Pudge or the Bristleback at this stage in the game could do it quite easily. In your opinion, which one would you say would be the priority to get that farm? It looks like my question has been answered, and it's going to be Omni.
Yeah, they want to get him the Agam Scepter so he can actually do work in these team fights while Spectre farms away. Like Kredos, yes, he can join fights, but he wants a Radiance, and getting the stack, it accelerates it, but we want something now. You know, we want something within the next 2 minutes. And it's not like Onmi is going to be able to finish his Agams, but he's going to be very close to it. You know, he already has 2 components so far, with only 2,000 left away from it. And that's without finishing the stack and getting those big creeps.
Yeah, huge little cash injection right there. Always nice to get that one for free. But I mean, after the sort of chaos of the laning phase has actually ended, both teams sort of settling into just farming. Well, actually, I say that, and they're going to try and make a move on towards the Spectre in the bot. Actually does manage to avoid the initial stun, but even still, the help just comes on in. Egg, it's going to pop. No one can bring it down. Attacker comes in, gets 2 kills so damn quick. Replicate, desperately trying to run away. Not going to get very far. Good swap from Menu as well. Dragging Megaway back into his death, and it's an ultra kill for Attacker. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Give him all the strength in the world.
You cannot fight the egg without Morta. This is why I wanted this more to be a support, because if you're a carry, your only guy who can deal with eggs is your carry. He's not going to be in these fights. He's not going to show up. He's going to be farming away, which is what he's supposed to do. And in these fights, like if Necrophos Ghost Straws, he can't even hit the egg. And you have Dawnbreaker, Shadow Demon, and Kunkka. I'm sorry, but like, is this really the trio that you want taking down the eggs?
Yeah.
So, unfortunate fight for Gamax, fighting next to the enemy tower, fighting without Morta, and they kind of were asking for trouble with that one.
Yeah, I 100% agree. It's like, maybe it's a bit of a draft. Well, it is a drafting error at the end of the day. It's like either you sort of adjust your draft to kill the egg, or you adjust your draft to run away from the egg. And Gamax hasn't really done either of those two things. And yeah, definitely was a big punishment right there for themselves. Menu, he got the little kobolds from the trusty shovel, but he does not give a crap about that 20 gold GPM. He just sends it in to die. What sort of support player is this? That's amazing.
It's not even 20, it's 25 because it gets upgraded, you know? So it's actually gives you like that. And what about you dug that guy from the ground, you saved his life and you kill him? I don't know, man. Menu, he's being blacklisted right now. It's like, yeah, come on. That's a bit cruel. Although they are kobolds, so they kind of deserve it.
Don't be racist, Tomo. Kobolds are things too.
Alright. Alright, we got 2 blade mails finished, the Spectre as well as the Pudge. So now, not only are these guys very hard to bring down, but bringing them down is going to come at a pretty hefty cost for Gamax. And we are very close. Bristleback, 500 gold away from his Aghanim Scepter. Phoenix has the
Menu in the mid. Looks like he's in danger. Going to get dived on right now. But in comes Attacker. The Scythe will actually manage to get the kill, but is it going to cost Replicator's life? That is the big question. Kredos also coming on through. The Dorknot will land, keeping the Necro alive for a little bit longer. Egg will also die off into the backlines there, but Attacker, this guy is still such a problem, standing his ground right now. X-Buck actually pulls him away from the Dawn Stun, but it doesn't matter. The damage coming in from Reva is enough, and they're able to take down the big beefy boy of the Pudge. And that looks like that's going to put immediate end to the fight. So as it stands, a 3-for-2 exchange favoring Gamax. They'll take that one.
Yep, they're very happy with how that went. They could have maybe not lost Replicate if he was able to get the Ghost Shroud while the Solar Guardian was up. But of course, he was being bitten, so there's really nothing he could do in that situation. But, you know, he still bait a lot of them. He's getting very, very close to at least the Reaver. Only 500 gold away will add a lot of his durability. So Gamax, they are not being rolled over. You know, I kind of expected you were saying like, oh, this match is gonna. We were kind of looking, saying this could be a bit of a stomp just because we don't know Gamax that well, but they are really holding their own so far.
Yeah, they definitely are. It's fantastic to see.
Oh, Shadow Demon is going for Hand of Midas. Wow.
The greed. The greed. All right. I mean, you know, when you see a Spectre lineup, you sort of assume the game's going to go long and away, so maybe you can get a lot of value out of it, but it doesn't look like he's really getting an opportunity to do that very soon as he gets run into by 4 enemy heroes. He is immediately dead. Oh, trying to get the swap, yeah, and then you're not quite in range. Gonna be able to avoid that one there from the Kunkka, but he was still free kill.
I think they walked out of vision just because she was like mid animation. You know, she was doing that. I don't know what the movement is, but she was definitely going there. And he's being surrounded by a few enemies here. Might need to be a bit careful. But can they get the X mark? Oh wait, he turns back actually.
Oh, the vision. Oh. Torrent also gonna connect.
Attacker would have landed it.
Oh, the BM. The real emotional damage. Oh dear. I mean, it's so hard to grab the Bristol back anyway. He moves so quickly with all those stacks going. It's extremely frustrating to get. I mean, even if they didn't catch with the X, he might have still been a very difficult target to bring down. You know, he's got a Vanguard. He's still got some raindrops going as well. So he wouldn't have been a free kill by any means. But yeah, by the time he actually gets that Bloodstone finished, killing him is just going to feel nearly impossible.
And I get him Scepter as well, you know, so it's not just killing him, he might kill you. You know, you're like, oh crap, wait, he's doing the thing. The very famous, he gets hooked. This Hand of Midas is going to be so delayed on the position 4 Shadow Demon, to be fair.
Okay, he disrupts himself. Just wanted to make sure that the kill did not go over towards the Spectre. And actually, Kredos even jumped back to his farming before the Shadow Demon died, so he doesn't even get any experience for that one. But, you know, he still gets the assist gold, so it's a little boost to his farming. He'll take that. Actually, also looks like Kredos has a Radiance as his first major item coming up. Do you think this is a decent Radiance game?
Oh yeah, I like it. You know, we talked about these fights being very long, and Radiance does help you with that. You know, that burn over time is very useful. If it speeds up your farm as well. I like the Radiance a lot. You know, the only problem is that you're up against Shadow Demon, so you do give him a Radiance as well, which is not ideal. You know, can you still turn it off while you are disrupted, or is that no longer allowed?
I honestly have no idea. I think the last time I bought a Radiance was like 6 years ago, back when I used to play Core, so I ain't got a damn clue, man.
I sometimes like to buy Radiance on like a support like Phoenix, so you're like, guys, I hate for the missed chest, but you're like, I love it so much. Kridos, he might be losing his life very soon.
Yeah, he gets found. Perfect little grab here from Gamax. X-Mark is there. TP's coming in with the rest of the squad. The swap is in. Krios is going to be A-OK. Menu not quite so fortunate, but Hook, it lands there from Attacker, pulling Replicate out of position. He's Ghost Shrouded trying to TP out, but that is just not going to work. I think he knew he was dead, but he just wanted to buy time for the rest of his team to TP out of there. And they will escape. So at the end of the day, he gets a Reaper's Scythe charge, but loses life. It's still not a great trade.
Yeah, overall, I mean, when you look at it, it favors Riyadh by quite a bit. And at least, though, he didn't lose too much gold. You know, he bought the recipe before he died for the heart, so he has that. But heart in this particular game is going to feel pretty lackluster just because Pudge has the Aghanim Scepter. Reduces healing by, I think, what's 20? Oh, I was going to say 25. It's 20%. Not the worst, to be fair, with you and Attacker. Does he smell Bob? It's not.
Oh, nice little tidal wave, though. Pushes them off him, still trying to run away, but man, the nasal goose slow, it's just so frustrating. Plus also the little shadow step as well. Very frustrating. Actually, thinking about diving onto the very famous, but we'll actually decide against that one, you know. Just not too keen going underneath a tier 1 tower with the potential of TP rotations. But actually, it looks like they've also found Meteor Bob once again. The goo is just flying out, he can't go anywhere. Just ends up being another free kill here for Riyadh Chefs.
Dawnbreaker, though he's getting close to his Aghanim Scepter. I mean, I say close, he still needs 1,700. I'm waiting to see what item he gets. And Attacker solo kills. He's been doing this a bunch of times. I think this is the 3rd time he's done it overall in this game. And now Replicate, he hasn't gotten any farm since the last time he died. He bought the recipe, dies, now he doesn't have anything.
Yeah, this is turning out to be a very, very nice Pudge game. Already with 11 Flesh Heap stacked 19 minutes in. Quickly, he is becoming very, very big and going to be a difficult target to bring down for sure. I mean, at the very least, they do have the Decay Aura, which is handy, but actually, it looks like Megaway maybe been found. Actually, they're going to try and turn around on towards Owned Me. It's a difficult target to kill. Egg also getting dropped, with the right hits coming in from Forever. With jumps in as well from the Spectre, should be enough to get the kill on towards the Mreta. They will fall, plus the Dawn. And it looked like the Kunkka, yeah, Megaway, he was like, oh, I'm out of here. You guys can do whatever the hell you want. I am gone. And as a result, you know, Riyadh Chefs, they trade a position 4, but kill the enemy carry. It's huge.
Yeah, you know, we've been saying Gamax, they're playing real one. They are, but they are still losing most of these trades. You know, they had that good opening with that 3 people kill on the Bristleback. They had a good fight mid lane. But now they're kind of running out of steam. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but you're up against a very durable lineup with 2 saving supports. You just do not have the damage, and you're 11k behind. Replicate, there you go.
Oh, what a hook there from Attacker yet again. What can Replicate do? There is TP coming in from the very famous. Can he get there in time to save Replicate? The disruption not going to be in time to actually save the Necro. They may have to try and run over. Actually, all the TP's coming from the rest of the squad as well. They want to try and get a kill. Menu go for the TP out. The dead shot will put the fear in to cancel that one out. But at the same time, you've already lost your mid, and that's a lot of TP rotations just to kill an enemy position 5. Not quite the trade Gamax was looking for at all.
Exactly, right? It's like you get something out of it, so you're not like, oh, we get nothing, but like you said, you're trading value from your, you know, your cores, and you're getting what support kills. The poorest support at that. You're not very happy if you Gamax at all. And I don't know if there's any item that's coming up very soon that's going to change that. You know, Morta, she's got the Molineer. That's like, oh, top lane. Bye, Bob.
Yeah. Bob is dead. Just too much damage coming through, man. As soon as the punch finds you, you're basically screwed, because that Spectre is just going to come flying in and just finish you off in seconds. So difficult to deal with. I mean, while all this was going on as well, Owned Me did actually steal the Dire Wisdom Rune and killed their Tormentor, and then he goes and takes their own Tormentor as well, so they got the 2 extra shards plus all the experience from both the Wisdom Runes. They are really starting to steam ahead right now from Riyadh Chef. 16,000 gold in the lead right now, and as we mentioned, they also have the better late game draft as well, it feels, so this is not looking good for Gamax whatsoever. They really got to start trying to string some strong plays together and being able to turn this game around, because at the moment, it's just getting from bad to worse, and Meet Your Bob maybe in danger. Actually not. They've managed to find the grab on towards the very famous off to the side. So yeah, Shadow Demon is gone. Do they try and hunt for Bob? Nah, they didn't give a crap. Yeah, it's only position 5 Dawn. Who cares?
If they can find some way to keep Replicate alive long in these fights, with his heart, with the Heartstopper, he might be able to do something for the team. You know, it's like kind of wishful thinking, but you're up against all of these core people, percentage damage adds up to a lot, but it's like when you're 16k behind and you're on a, you know, when your heroes are Necrophos, Razor, these heroes have to be ahead in net worth to have value. When they're behind, they just feel so bad because they're very overtime heroes. If they're, you know, you're gonna get bursted if where's your value?
Yeah.
Ah, well. They really like that. He really likes that voice line, by the way.
He spammed it so many times this game. Just scrolling back, it is just endless nom nom noms, and oh my god, like, he is clearly a heavy spammer in his pubs and those chat lines. Yeah, I like you mentioning as well the fact that it feels like they have to just try and keep the Necro alive for as long as possible. And on paper, they have quite a lot of tools to achieve that. You know, you've got the disruption from the Shadow Demon, you've got the run buff from the Kunkka, you've also got the Solar Guardian heal that comes on through as well from Meet Your Bob. I mean, as well, the very famous could even just buy a shard to get the Demonic Cleanse as another tool of helping keep Replicate alive. So they have a lot of things, but they just can't survive long enough. And as we can see, Krios comes in, nearly just 2 hits, very famous. Actually going to jump back on now, but the hook nicely lands yet again there from Attacker. Actually going to turn around and stand against 3 heroes of Gamax right now. Forever is here. Drops down the calling, but the BKB into the hands of the Attacker, not going to achieve all too much. There is actually going to be the Solar Guardian coming out with the Axe, it's lasting a long time. Plenty of heals coming through, stunned onto everybody, but it doesn't matter. Where is the damage coming through? Forever steps up to try and kill the egg, but gets obliterated instead. Everybody is dead from Gamax. It's an absolute disaster. And Riyadh Chefs, man, they just look unstoppable.
They sent in Attacker first. He just went in by himself, like he didn't care. No, they had no damage to bring him down. Just stays on Replicate. He stayed alive like we wanted, right? Like they threw everything to keep him alive. The Dawnbreaker heals. He has the Agam Scepter now, so 6 seconds long. Everything went well for them, and it just didn't matter. Like at the end of the day, there's no damage done. You look at the fight recap: 16,000 damage from the other chefs, and only 5,000 from Gamax. It's just. It's so far behind right now.
Yeah, it's looking really one-sided. As well in that fight, we saw the Muerta come running in, and as you mentioning, she had to hit the egg. There was no one else to hit the egg, so she wasn't actually pumping out any damage in these fights. And as soon as like Riyadh Chef saw that there was like, oh look, it's the enemy carry, she was gone, just dead immediately. Couldn't achieve anything whatsoever. And they are just so far behind right now. Like, every single core is ahead of the enemy core by at least 5,000 gold. This is it's extremely difficult right now. And we're yet to even see a team go for Roche. But it looks like actually Omi is going to do that now. 25 minutes in, going to take this one down. And with the Aegis advantage, probably is going to be able to start running down lanes. If you're Riyadh Chefs, who do you give this Aegis to? Is it just to the Spectre or maybe the Bristle Punch?
I think you give it to Bristleback. He's barely, yeah, they give it to him. He seems unkillable anyway, but it's like in the off chance that through some miracle he falls down. You're like, hey guys, let's do round 2. His damage mitigation is massive as well with the Bristleback. He's got Bloodstone as well. Like, yeah, you're not killing him once, but putting it 2 is like just put him in front, whatever. If he gets caught by, what's it called, the tidal wave, he'll be fine.
Yeah, literally. He's going to be A-okay. It's just so difficult here for Gamax. We have the what?
We have the water park. Yeah, Kunkka's online with the Agam Scepter.
Okay, that's something. It looks like they're going to try and use it to kill the Phoenix right now. The Exfil lands, dragging back in monster kill. Not even going to bother dropping the eggs. The Scythe comes through to bring him down.
Wow.
So there you go. Gamax, they do manage to get a free kill without losing anybody, but at the same time, they do lose their final tier 2 there at the bot. So every high ground is exposed. And Obi, man's just running up this mid on his own. He doesn't care. Doing what he wants.
It's like who can actually touch them? And look at that! Look at that! Like he just gets him. This Xiao Demon's just not had the game he wanted.
Just no game at all. Absolutely nothing. Oh!
And by the way, they use so much on the Phoenix, the Torrent Storm, the Reaper Scythe. So now it's like they're not even worried if you're Riyadh Chefs. Like even if you guys had your abilities, which you don't, it's still 25,000 gold ahead. So. It's gonna come back to a tidal wave. If Mega Wave can catch someone with a tidal wave, maybe then they can sort of burst them down. But
yeah,
good luck.
It's a big maybe. You know, all 3 cores are really huge, really fat, very difficult to bring down. I mean, yeah, sure. The supports in the backline are a lot squishier. Maybe they can get those kills, but if you've got no one addressing the cores, it's not going to achieve too much. And here they go. Attempt to go onto Kredos, but he just manta dodges absolutely everything. They've got the grab onto Forever with the BKB, not taking any damage. Only will actually die, gets taken out quite deep in towards the base. 2 supports as well out of position. Menu will, Fulbra attacker. He just blinks in aggressively. 4 heroes all around him with the rock going. Look at the damage this man is doing. They've just disintegrated the seams, and that is it. Gamax, all 5 people gone. Good lord, that was a lot of damage there from attacker.
It started pretty well for them. You know, they were going to go for the Spectre, who was kind of the most fragile core you can go for. But then they're like, oh yeah, they're going to kill him on Menu. They took away all the enemy's Aegis, but they just ran out of steam. Everything was used. And in the end, Gamax, they do call it really impressive first, like, 15 minutes from them. But after that, Riyadh Chef, they just took complete control of the game. Impressive.